The late 19th century was a time of great upheaval in Africa. European powers, hungry for resources, were carving up the continent. This period, known as the Scramble for Africa, culminated in the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885. European leaders divided Africa into colonies, ignoring existing borders and cultures. Italy, eager to prove itself, sought to claim a piece of Africa. It set its sights on Ethiopia, a nation with a rich history. Ethiopia stood as a beacon of independence. The Italians underestimated the resolve of the Ethiopian people. They saw Ethiopia as a prize to be easily won. They would soon learn Ethiopia was not easily conquered. The Ethiopians, under Emperor Menelik II, were determined to defend their sovereignty. The stage was set for a clash that would inspire generations. In 1889, Italy and Ethiopia signed the Treaty of Wuchal, aiming for peaceful relations. However, the treaty became a source of conflict. A discrepancy between the Italian and Amharic versions had significant consequences. The Italian version made Ethiopia an Italian protectorate. The Amharic version maintained Ethiopia's independence. This was a deliberate act of deception by the Italians. They sought to exploit Ethiopia's trust for imperial ambitions. Emperor Menelik II was outraged. He denounced the treaty, asserting Ethiopia's independence. Menelik, a shrewd leader, prepared for war. He knew Italy wouldn't abandon its ambitions. He mobilized Ethiopia to defend its freedom. Emperor Menelik II, recognizing the imminent threat posed by Italy, issued a nationwide call to arms. From the rugged mountains of Tigray to the fertile plains of Shiwa, Ethiopians answered their emperor's call with unwavering determination. Farmers left their fields, blacksmiths forged weapons day and night, and warriors from every corner of the empire flocked to the banner of the Lion of Judah. Menelik, a skilled diplomat as well as a military leader, understood the importance of unity in the face of adversity. He skillfully navigated the complex web of alliances and rivalries that existed amongst the various Ethiopian kingdoms and regions. Through a combination of diplomacy, persuasion, and strategic alliances, he managed to unite the often divided Ethiopian forces under his command. The Ethiopian army, though lacking the modern weaponry of their Italian adversaries, was a formidable force. They were battle-hardened warriors, intimately familiar with the rugged terrain of their homeland. They were fiercely loyal to their emperor and deeply committed to defending their nation's independence. Their courage and determination would be put to the ultimate test on the battlefield of Adwa. Empress Taytu, Menelik's wife, stood as a pillar of strength and determination beside her husband. A formidable figure in her own right, Taytu was renowned for her intelligence, political acumen, and unwavering commitment to Ethiopian sovereignty. She played a pivotal role in rallying the nation for war, urging both men and women to contribute to the war effort. Taytu understood that the impending conflict was not just a battle for land, but a battle for the very soul of Ethiopia. She traveled with the army, her presence a source of inspiration for the soldiers. She rallied the women of Ethiopia to support the troops, organizing the supply lines and ensuring that the army lacked neither food nor ammunition. Her contributions to the war effort extended beyond logistics and morale. Taytu was a skilled strategist and a trusted advisor to her husband. She participated in war councils, offering her insights and opinions on military matters. Her courage, determination, and unwavering belief in her nation's destiny earned her the title Lioness of Adwa, a testament to her vital role in Ethiopia's struggle for freedom. As the Italian forces, led by General Oreste Baratieri, advanced deeper into Ethiopian territory, the tension in the air was palpable. The Italians, confident in their superior firepower and driven by a sense of imperial arrogance, believed that victory would be swift and decisive. They underestimated the resolve of the Ethiopian people and the strategic brilliance of their emperor. On the eve of battle, the Ethiopian army camped on the rugged hills surrounding the town of Adwa, prepared for the impending confrontation. The atmosphere was tense, but there was no sense of fear or defeatism among the Ethiopian ranks. They were fighting for their homeland, their families, and their freedom. Emperor Menelik II, a charismatic leader who inspired confidence in his troops, moved among his soldiers, offering words of encouragement and reminding them of what was at stake. He knew that the coming battle would be a test of his leadership, his army's courage and his nation's spirit. The fate of Ethiopia hung in the balance, and the world watched with bated breath. The morning of March 1st, 1896, dawned cold and clear over the Adwa Mountains. The silence of the early morning was shattered by the roar of cannons as the Italian forces launched their attack. The Battle of Adwa, a clash of civilizations, a battle that would decide the fate of a nation, had begun. The Italians, arrayed in their neat formations, advanced with their superior firepower, confident in their ability to crush the Ethiopian resistance. What they encountered, however, was not a disorganized rabble, but a disciplined and determined fighting force, fighting on familiar ground and defending their homeland with a ferocity that surprised the Italian invaders. The Ethiopians, utilizing their knowledge of the terrain to their advantage, engaged in a fluid and mobile style of warfare, launching surprise attacks, ambushing Italian units, and disappearing into the rugged landscape. The battle raged throughout the day, a chaotic and bloody affair, with both sides fighting with tenacity and courage. As the sun began to set over the Adwa Mountains, the tide of battle turned decisively in favor of the Ethiopians. The Italians, their lines shattered, their morale broken, began to retreat, a retreat that soon turned into a rout. The Ethiopian forces, sensing victory was at hand, pressed their attack, pursuing the fleeing Italians and inflicting heavy casualties. By nightfall, the Battle of Adwa was over. The Ethiopian army, through a combination of superior tactics, unwavering courage, and steadfast determination, had decisively defeated a European colonial power. The victory sent shockwaves throughout the world, challenging the prevailing narrative of European supremacy and signaling the rise of a new era of resistance to colonialism. The victory at Adwa belonged to every Ethiopian who had answered their emperor's call, to the farmers who had traded their plows for rifles, to the women who had tirelessly supported the war effort, and to the warriors who had fought with unparalleled bravery. It was a victory for Emperor Menelik II, whose leadership had been instrumental in uniting the nation and securing this historic triumph. The news of Ethiopia's victory at Adwa spread like wildfire across the globe. In Africa, it ignited a spark of hope, a testament to the fact that European colonialism was not invincible. It inspired resistance movements and fueled the nascent Pan-African movement, demonstrating that unity and resistance could indeed overcome seemingly insurmountable odds. European powers, long accustomed to imposing their will upon the world, were forced to reassess their perceptions of Africa and its people. The myth of European invincibility had been shattered on the battlefields of Adwa. The victory forced a renegotiation of the balance of power, at least temporarily, and compelled European nations to approach their dealings with Ethiopia with more caution and respect. The victory also resonated deeply with people of African descent around the world, who saw in Ethiopia's triumph a source of pride and inspiration. Adwa became a symbol of resistance against oppression, a beacon of hope for those struggling for freedom and self-determination. The echoes of Adwa would continue to reverberate throughout the 20th century, inspiring anti-colonial movements and fueling the struggle for civil rights and equality. The Battle of Adwa was a defining moment in Ethiopian history, symbolizing national unity and resilience. The victory ensured Ethiopia's survival as an independent nation during rampant colonialism. Today, Adwa's legacy inspires Ethiopians and people worldwide. The battle is commemorated annually on March 2nd, a day of national pride. It reminds us of the sacrifices made for freedom and the need to safeguard sovereignty. The lessons of Adwa extend beyond Ethiopia. It stands as a testament to unity, resistance, and the right to self-determination. The spirit of Adwa continues to inspire hope and courage in the fight for a just world.